Good morning. So I don't normally do them from this space, but I thought I wanted to get this day started in the HAP space because I actually put up a couple stories on my Facebook page. Um, Generally, when I do stories, it's just pictures, but I've discovered the wonderful world of polls again. Not stripper poles, obviously, but yeah, you can develop polls, and I haven't had anybody answer them. I don't believe as of yet. Um, Answer either one of the polls, but I want to know a couple things. I want to know what's more important to Black Americans, voting rights or reparations. Locally, we have a situation where the Detroit police chief just retired. I guess he's finishing out the month or maybe next couple months here. And he's thinking about running for governor. And he's black, obviously. And he may run as a GOP candidate. And if he does that, it's not unprecedented that a black man runs as a GOP candidate. But most people probably thought he was a Democrat. I've never thought that. I've always thought he was conservative in his thinking and his methodology, and to each his own. I don't really care about whether he's a Republican or Democrat. Um, I just want him working on behalf of the people, the people that vote him in. So I asked, would black people vote for him as a GOP candidate? We're pretty locked in with Democrats. Black people vote anywhere from 80 to 90% Democrat in this country. In this state, I'm sure it's very close, hell, if not higher. I don't see very many black people in the state of Michigan voting for Republicans. Um, so it'd be interesting to know what black people think, and I put those up on Facebook. So if you're a Facebook friend and you're actually going to see this video, you can actually check those polls out with no problem. Um, so that'd be a good thing. And you know what? I got to reach out to Polo. Polo just liked to post. I hadn't seen him on my thread in a while, so hopefully that brother's doing well. I always try to reach out to the solid motherfuckers I don't see you around for a minute. Got to just nudge you, make sure you're still here. We've lost so many people during this pandemic, and just natural causes as well. So check in on your people. I know people get angry. I don't think they really get angry. They'd probably be wondering like why I'm always leaving posts about checking on your people. If I see things out in the street, check on your people. And it's because I mean that shit. That's one of our problems. As black people, we don't check on each other. And um, that was a staple for black America. We always used to check on each other. You could damn near tell, especially in this area where so-and-so, I just saw so-and-so over there. Oh, okay, they doing that. Okay, I just saw so-and-so over there. They doing that. You don't know where anybody is anymore because everybody's so scattered in their spirits, and that's geographically. And then you don't know where people are because some people just don't want to be seen, but or found or whatever. So yeah, where I'm at, looking at what's happening, Sue. Where I'm at with a few things, I left a video yesterday, and apparently to one person they felt like I was attacking the LGBTQ plus community. I spell the letters all the way out, the way I've seen them, the way I've read them, LGBTQQIAAP. And she felt that I was attacking the young black male who made the song Niggas Can Be Gay Too. She felt I was attacking him personally, and I wasn't attacking him personally. I was attacking his creativity or lack thereof. Um, and I have no problem with that, and I'm not going to apologize for that, because if you do anything that's disparaging to black people or say anything that's disparaging to black people on my watch, I'm going to say something. I'm not like these goofy ass niggas out here that are afraid to say shit. I don't have nothing to protect but my family. And as far as I'm concerned, that hurts my family because she wanted to get into talking about I don't know things about the queer community and I don't know anything. I trust me, I know more about the queer community than you think I know. Okay, I'm closer to queer people than you think I am. And one thing that I'll do is I'll always protect them for the right shit. But I ain't never gonna protect you for the wrong shit. Just like I wouldn't protect this young brother for the wrong shit that he did. You know, when I was supposed to protect Lil Nas too, after Lil Nas came out and said that he purposely wrote a song about lean and infidelity and positioned it towards children and laughed about it, am I supposed to protect him too? Okay, I get it. You know, see, it's okay if we're doing the shit to ourselves. It's okay if we do the shit to ourselves. But like I said at the end of that video, and I know most of y'all haven't seen the video, it don't have that many views, and it's okay because the message is gonna stand. This thing is gonna stand 10 toes down, way more than y'all stand. You know, because like I said, I'm tired of fucking around with y'all. You know, you so-called civic leaders, so-called, you know, activists and shit like that. You motherfuckers are scared and you're clowns and you're goofy. So you're out here doing your shit. You're doing your line dances. You're doing your. If some of you motherfuckers is getting behind microphones, you sound stupid. You mushmouth motherfuckers. If you want to continue to do this shit, at least learn how to enunciate. I'm tired of listening to the same dumb shit over and over. Get some creativity about yourself, motherfucker. Don't nobody want to hear the same shit over. If we want to hear the same shit over, we'll watch BET every night. God damn it. They play Martin every motherfucking night. And they've been playing the seasons of Martin for the last 10 years. If we want to see the same shit, we'll watch BET. Martin and Tyler Perry movies and shit. We don't want to see that fuck shit. If you creating content every motherfucking day, every motherfucking week, do something new. Shit. You know, talk about the shit that we supposed to be talking about. That's why I want to know, to black people, does it matter to us about voting rights or does it matter to us about reparations? Because here's the thing. People don't seem to understand. We had a Voting Rights Act in the 1800s. Then we had one in the 1900s. Now we doing voting rights bills in 2021. How many more motherfucking times do we need to go over how we should be able to vote? And here's the big thing for me. Let me cut this down a little bit. The big thing for me. Why the fuck do I need to worry about voting when the person that I'm going to put in office doesn't activate for me? Not advocate, activate. Because see, when they come to your neighborhoods and they come to your churches and they come through your businesses, ain't that many businesses, so they really just come to your churches. They only want to speak to your spiritual leaders because that's who gets you all together. You know, if you want to gather a whole bunch of black people up real quick, either start frying fish and chicken or go to a church. And when you do that, when you go to a church, then here comes the politicians and they smile and they laugh and they sing and dance off beat for a couple hours and they tell you what they gonna do. And it's never enough. It's never enough. You never get to ask questions because the pastors ask all the questions or answered all the questions, and then he got the politician in there, and then he basically gives the endorsement, and then you go vote for that politician, generally a Democrat. Then when they don't do shit for you, then you're sitting around looking and like, oh, what happened? Or how come we didn't get what we wanted? Because you didn't demand shit. Your pastor might have demanded something, but your pastor has a faith-based initiative that he works behind, and he ain't never gonna cause no ruckus. You know, I done went to big churches where the pastor told me he didn't even fucking vote. He didn't vote, but he allowed politicians to come in and campaign. How the fuck are you not gonna vote, but your flock is voting? You have no decision because all that mattered to him was that they didn't fuck with his bag. Pastor don't care about you and your bag. They don't care about you and your bag. They care about their bag. So when it all breaks down to me, I need to know what's more important to black folks: being able to vote for a candidate who's not going to advocate on their behalf or activate on their behalf, or reparations. When I talk reparations, we obviously know by now I'm not here on the 101 shit. If you've been riding with me, you know what I feel about reparations. Reparations is not just a check. It's a fucking stack of bills and initiatives that goes 19 generations backwards. So if we're going to start moving forward, we got to start chopping that shit down that way. Of course, there's going to be monetary value to it, but it's not just a check. The only way black people get even in this game, we got to stop worrying about closing a racial wealth gap with white people. Let's just stop that. Let's just get over that. We're not closing the racial wealth gap with white people. What we need to be worrying about is closing the racial wealth gap with Asian people, with Indian people, with Arabic people. Because those motherfuckers is out there really winning. White folks, it's slowing up for white folks. Why? Because it's not just European white folks who are doing things out here anymore. When you have white folks that are American Jews make more money than European white folks or Irish white folks. Don't nobody really slice them up. See, it's just white folks. It's just white folks. But you got to slice up the way a white folk is. American Jews make way more money than an Irishman. Think about it. Think about the financial infrastructures and what Jewish people can control and what Irish people control. Okay? It is what it is. And they want to pit us against each other, with immigrants. See, black people are fighting for space in this country now because of immigration? No. No. Why are we scurrying because of immigrants? They're trying to replace us with immigrants, trying to replace our votes. Our votes are the only thing that matters. They don't give a fuck how we live every day. They only care how we live every 4 years or every 2 years, whatever it is. That's the only thing. But with immigrants coming in, they want to push them and try to push them to the left, make them Democrats, but they don't even understand. It's not about getting the votes in. It's not about that anymore. Because once you get them in and you don't do right by them, because it's all about the money infrastructure, and you don't do right by them, they gonna flip or they just not gonna give a fuck, and then you're gonna lose control anyway. So why not do the right thing? Just do the right thing by people, and then you won't have to worry about it. You won't have to pander for votes and things like that out here. But America, if America was into doing the right thing, we wouldn't be over here fucking up, giving people missiles and guns and shit to go kill other people, and then try to act like you want to help them people. How you gonna help somebody after you help kill them? I don't know a whole lot about this political shit and this shit going on with Israel and Palestine, but I do know America's on the fucked up side of history here. We're in allegiance with Israel, but we say we want to help our brothers and sisters in Palestine. But you don't really want to help the brothers and sisters of Palestine simply because you've given Israel guns and missiles and shit to fucking kill people in Palestine. You've given them the power, you've given them the resources to kill people. So you can't help them out. Don't tell me you're trying to help me out. Just like they tell black people they're trying to help them out. Won't give them these little programs, won't give them this little list. Just give me reparations. And when you do your official governmental apology, get rid of qualified immunity, restructure, redo the judicial system, restructure, redo the prison system, and restructure and redo the educational system. And then once we start getting all that shit moving, then we can start really talking about America is for everybody. And you want to talk about all men are created equal at that point, then you can start talking about that. But until then, you can't talk about shit. You just can't. So when I get dogged out for saying that it is a disparaging situation for a black man to write a song and record a song that says niggas can be gay too by a black person, I'm wondering where we at. Where we really at? See, you ain't gonna get no white people that's gonna complain about that song. White people don't care. Yeah, to them, niggas can be gay too. They don't care. Where is their dog in that fight? Niggas can be gay too. And that's why I said in my video, why doesn't he go make a song? Because they've done this with different records before. Money. I don't know exactly who that is on there, but I got a few devices in front of me. Maybe I can see exactly who's in there on the video. I saw Sue there. Oh, Sue, that's Money. You still the only one here. Well, there's somebody else on Facebook, and then it looks like a few people on Hapspace. Okay. So if he could go make a song that said white people can be gay too. Caucasians, say Caucasians. Then say Jewish people can be gay too. Okay. Irish people can. I want him to make the same exact lyrics and then use that vernacular. And then, here's the thing. This is what you really need to do, because this is where my problem was. My problem wasn't so much that he was talking about people can be gay, because people can be whatever they want to be. What he needs to say is he needs to take that disparaging remark for whatever the ethnicity is out there, because we know there's disparaging remarks about white people, nothing close to nigga. With the hard ER. I already told you the differences between the A and the AH and the UH. Those I told you all that. If you watched the video, you did. But if you didn't, fuck you. But then you got disparaging remarks about white people. You can say that, I mean, he could say like crackers can be gay too, or he could say like peckerwoods can be gay too. There's really nothing that equates to the hard ER. We know this. Then, if he wanted to say Jewish people, then, I don't know a whole lot of disparaging. For some reason, when I grew up, only thing I really ever heard about Jewish people was kike. Okay. And I don't even know what that means. Okay. But then he could say, kikes can be gay too. And see how Jewish people like that shit. Then Irish people, I don't know a real disparaging thing. And hell, I got two Irish names, but I don't really know a disparaging thing about. But I know that one thing that Irish people like to do, Irish people like to drink. So then you could say Irish drunk people can be gay too. I don't know. Okay. And then then you have Arabs, and I've heard people say Arab. Now then I heard people say Arab is a negative connotation to Arabs, like it's kind of like nigga. So I don't know if that's real or not, but let's just say it was. Let him say Arabs can be gay too. Okay, why not? Okay, so then you have Hispanics, and there's all types of fucking negative connotations for Hispanic people. Okay, there are tons of them. So I mean, because they look at essay is kind of a term of endearment, how black people do with nigga. We don't want to use that one. Let's use one that would be totally fucked up. Okay, let's just say totally fucked up for Hispanic people, like like Fred Sanford. Fred Sanford all the time used to say wetbacks. I don't know why, where it came from. I have no fucking idea. But he used to say that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what Fred Sanford said. But it's a negative connotation. We knew it was a negative connotation. So let's just say wetbacks can be gay too. Take that shit to the Spanish speaking folks and see if they like that shit. Indians? Indians in this country. They're called Native Americans, but they don't like to be called Indians. Some of them like to be called Indians. Some of them don't mind being called Indians. But most of them now want to be called Native Americans because there's some bag behind being called Native American. There is a total bag. So people don't mind being called Native American. But then some of them, they dress up and they look like Indians. Okay? But call an Indian, whatever the disparaging term is for Indians, call them something. How about that? Asians, we don't even, there's countless, okay? There's countless things that you can say about Asian people. Negative. Nothing as close to niggas, okay? But take a disparaging comment, disparaging remark, a disparaging nickname about Asians and run that to Asian people. Chink people? I don't know. Chinamen? I mean, whatever the shit that they say to try to insult an Asian person. I know you can't call an Asian, like you can't call a Japanese person Chinese and a Chinese person Japanese. They get pissed off about that. How about you call one of them of the other thing and then say they can be gay too, and then point that at them? Okay? I mean, you have so many different things that he could have did here, but he didn't. He chose to just look at one race, and it's not just because he is. He chose to look at one race and say, you know what? I can get away with this shit. I can even make it sound good to where it may make motherfuckers who aren't even gay groove to it. Because I know there's a ton of people out here that are going to listen to this song, probably won't even pay attention to the lyrics or the hook and groove to it. It's kind of catchy. I ain't going to lie. If it was an instrumental track, I'd probably play the motherfucker. It's not a badly produced song until you get to the lyrics. Until you get to the lyrics. And that matters. That matters here. But yeah, I was taken all the way down on YouTube basically because I stuck up for Black Americans. I didn't stick up for niggas. I stuck up for Black Americans. Then I'm told I don't know about this and I don't know about the queer lifestyle. I don't know about intersectionality. I don't care about intersexuality. Okay. Here's the thing. I understand the intersectionality thing. I totally get it. And then I wanted to listen to just make sure that did it really have to include intersectionality? I don't think so. If he had all those dichotomies in there, why didn't he make a song about intersectionality? He didn't. He thought he was making a song about Black people that were gay. And then he thought he'd get cool with it and then say niggas. No, that's not getting cool. That's getting uncool. That's getting uncool. But see, nobody's here to reprimand him. Nobody's here to say anything. You think one of these goofy ass black politicians gonna say something to him, or some of these so-called civil rights activists gonna say something to him? No, they're gonna let that shit slide, just like they let every other motherfucking thing slide. But yeah, I don't have anything to lose. I can say what I say. It is what it is, you know. But then when I get attacked by people, and then there's no defense for that, because I don't need anybody to come to my defense. I'm coming to my defense right now. This is going through the same fucking portal that it went through yesterday. And the same person that saw that yesterday is going to see this today. Because I don't need to talk to them individually. I talk to them globally. I'm not going to go to every fucking portal that I have videos go up on and start just having debates with people. I said what I needed to say. I replied to the comment. I did give them that respect. And I wasn't nasty. I wasn't mean. But see, the thing is, what they're fighting and what I'm fighting is different. They got all into the kind of fucking coffee I drink and shit like that. I'm like, boy, they put too much time into this. Talking about how they were a Starbucks barista and they hated all their regulars and shit like that. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't think the people that make my coffee every day hate me, because if they hated me, they'd make my coffee at least once or twice a week. They know what happens to me when they make my coffee wrong. So if my people at the Starbucks hated me, trust me, I wouldn't go back there, because I my cup of coffee would give me the shits, and then I wouldn't go back there. Then I'd go to another place that would make it properly. But see, Starbucks, that's kind of what they specialize in. It's specialized coffee. So if I just wanted a black coffee and didn't want nothing in it, I'd go to fucking Speedway when I get gas. Well, sometimes I don't get gas really there that much anymore because it's higher than Sam's Club. But yeah, I could just go to Speedway and get me a fucking cup of coffee. But if I want the coffee made specifically the way I want it made, I go to Starbucks. I know people have tried to steer me to Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons don't have a non-dairy option. So it's different. So, they want to get off your high horse drinking your Starbucks coffee. I'm on a high horse because this is my luxury. This is my one fucking luxury in life. Okay? I have one luxury. A luxury is something that you do regardless, no matter what happens, because I know it brings me peace. This brings me peace. This cup of coffee. And you want to try to steal that peace and then tell me that I am highbrow, I'm highfalutin, I'm uppity. I don't think so. What I am, what I am is I'm conscious of the shit that goes on around me. And something like this happens on my watch? No, I don't think so. I don't mind other people don't say anything about it. Like I said, a lot of motherfuckers gonna listen to this song. They'll listen to that song in private. And they'll be like, oh man, he shouldn't have did that shit. Oh, he shouldn't have. But they're never gonna speak on it. Even content creators, they're not gonna speak on it. They're not gonna say anything about it because maybe it's a little dangerous for them. Maybe they don't want to insult anybody in their family that's gay. I'm not trying to insult anybody in my family that's gay. But I think my family members would probably fucking feel the same way about it. Yeah, black people can be gay too. But really, niggas can be gay too. You make a song about that shit? Just like Lil Nas, y'all motherfuckers went around here. Oh man, that song ain't that bad, man. That song ain't that bad. Oh, I listen to that Old Town Road. I listen to that. That shit ain't that bad. Now he done told you that the motherfuckers about lean and infidelity, and your kids are singing it. Kindergartners, first graders, second graders, third graders. Then you got a teacher out here who's talking about her non-binary status, and she thinks that's a great thing to make a TikTok video. I still want to know: did you give permission slips out and take that to your kid, take that to your parents, and let them know that I'm going to be making a TikTok video and you're going to fucking go viral in my class about my non-binary status? Because that ain't no kid's business. Bitch, teach the fourth grade. Teach the fourth grade. That's what they hired you for, not to bring your sexuality into the classroom. That's a problem. Sexualizing these children too early is a problem. We was trying to figure out how to play football without making it a football in fourth grade. I remember distinctly. They wanted us to play sports where we didn't have to tackle and grab, and they just wanted us to basically play soccer or baseball or basketball or something like that. We wanted to be physical. We wanted to play football. So we made up a game called Murph Ball. And it was just a whole bunch of toilet paper wrapped up in a whole bunch of masking tape. And we played a game very, very similar to football. But we couldn't play football. Now, that was at one elementary school that I went to. When I went to the other elementary school, they didn't give a fuck whether we played football or not. They didn't care. But this one, because they didn't want you to be aggressive, they didn't want you to get that adrenaline flowing. They didn't want, but you do the same thing if you're playing soccer or playing rugby or playing basketball. Your adrenaline's flowing. You just happen to be grabbing kids. It's no big difference. But they tried that shit way back in the day at this one space, but the other space you could play whatever. And then I look at that group of people versus the other group of people and how they grew up. I'm like, oh, okay, it's different. It's different. It's different for that side of town than it is for this side of town. Not that they cared more about those kids, it's just they protected them more. Here, they sent you out there because this is the world that you're going to go in. You ain't going to have that same protection. And I look at some of those kids that were protected over there, they're still being protected at 50. And they've been in and out of rehabs and been in and out of jails and shit like that. Whereas the unprotected side, no, we got it out here. And we have less prison sentences. We have less. Now, I'm not saying that we're doing better financially because we didn't start out better financially, but that's where we come back to. Do we need voters' rights or do we need reparations? See, that's the thing. Some people want to be in the wheel, but they don't even know that they're just a spoke. And if you break, that wheel still turns. If enough spokes break, then they just go get a new wheel. And that's what America's trying to do, go get a new wheel with the immigrants. But who wants to listen to a motherfucker like me, right? Who really wants to listen to somebody like me? I don't have a college degree. I'm no upstanding citizen like some of y'all goofy ass niggas out here trying to portray to be. You know, I'm no preacher. You know, I'm no preacher. You know, I'm not a messenger from God. I'm not a messenger from God. You know, so I get why people don't listen to me. But who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Are you listening to somebody tell you fucking lies out of a leather lace binded book? It's a lie. Put all the verses that you took out of the motherfucker back in it and talk about it. Just like all this sports shit. They want to really have me dig deep and start loving sports again. Put the verse that you took out of the national anthem back in the motherfucker and then see how many people find it appalling or appealing. See, that's a lot of people don't know that verse that they took out of the national anthem. And they can sing the national anthem. Oh, they can sing it full throated. I want to see motherfuckers sing the national anthem full throated with the verse that's missing. Put in the fucking verse. Remix. We need a remix on the national anthem. Yeah. But who's going to do that? Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to say that. That's grassroots. That's ground level shit. That ain't got nothing to do with being highfalutin and uppity and you know you're on a high horse. High horse, really? I'm the last motherfucker that's gonna try to look down on somebody as many times as I've been looked down on. I was just thinking about something when I went and got them donuts. I don't know what day that was, Friday or Saturday, and I was thinking about the time that, and hell, I was second on the board in the room. I was second on the board. The first on the board was a lesbian. You know, she won Salesman of the Month every month. It was so funny when the time she was there. And the main reason that she won because she talked to the most people. The main reason why she talked to the most people because she stood at the door all the time. She either stood at the door, or she stood on the parking lot. Had no problem with standing outside, dead of sun. I wasn't doing that shit. My job wasn't to fucking stand outside and mind the parking lot. My job was to sell cars. So she could meet as many people as she wanted. And back then there was never a what do you call it? You know how many people she could have people at 3 fucking desks. I remember her coming to my desk one day and say, "Hey, I got a customer coming. Do you mind if I sit him at your desk?" I'm like, "Where am I supposed to sit, Char?" Her name was Charlene. I'm like, "Where am I supposed to sit, Char? I don't give a fuck that you filled this showroom up." I was like, "It's crazy to me because you should have the people back in the lounge. Because what if somebody else gets a second person?" And that was the first rift that we had. But I don't want to get off track. The thing was, I got these donuts, got donuts and all kinds of shit for donuts and bagels and shit. You know, I worked with more white people back then than I worked with black people, but I knew black people mostly liked the donuts and white people liked the bagels. We had a toaster and everything, but I got all that shit. It was from a Dunkin' Donuts right up the street from the store. Man, I brought all that shit in there, and the crazy thing was, I got caught up in the line. I got caught up in the line. I don't give a damn about voting. Let's cut the check. Thank you. I don't. I got caught up in the line, and we were supposed to be there for a sales meeting at 8:30. Now, I'm literally. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm in the middle of a video, man. No. I don't want to hear it. Rest in peace, Mrs. Word. You got shit with you? Of course, man. I need this knocked down. All right. I need, you do it now? All right. Let me get back to my video. Not that he's done. I got you. Appreciate you. Funny. Show up in the middle of the goddamn video in the middle of the spring. Ain't seen him in over a year. He ready to work. Got his mask on and everything. I swear to God. I don't even want to talk about it. We talked him up. We just talked him up. Crazy shit. Okay. So, this is one of the reasons why I don't make videos like I'm at home. This is some weird shit. Somebody that I've actually been looking for over a year just showed up in my house. So, I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute because he gonna strike up a lawnmower and all that kinds of shit. So, but yeah, the big thing is people need to understand. People need to understand that when I speak out here, I'm speaking for the collective. Not for the collective as if I'm trying to replace words that the collective could say themselves, but frankly, there's just not a lot of people that are saying things. There's the brothers out here with all the history. There's the brothers out here with all the data. There's the brothers who are out here that are connected politically. I get it. My problem is we're all working separately. We all need to work together. So where I'm working, I just move the message here, there, wherever. And I'm not moving against any of these people. See, that's the problem. Some of these folks are moving against one another, and that's holding up progress because they all have depth to be able to move collectively, but then they want to move individually. That's why I don't make a joke about it. It's all sincerity. I got about 400 some YouTube subscribers, the 1900 some subscribers. What is it? Haps and 1400 Facebook friends, and I can get 50 motherfuckers right off the rip to watch a fucking video. Really? With what the shit I say? But if y'all see a motherfucker twerking, or if y'all see a motherfucker fighting or shooting or doing some dumb shit, that bitch has 2,500 videos in an hour. That's where I would get upset. If I was going to get upset about some shit, that's where I would get upset about some shit. Because we're focused on the wrong shit, y'all. We focused on the wrong shit. And was that you that said that in the thing? I know you've been doing the thing. Let's see what we got. Because some people just don't want to be seen. That is okay. I don't know who that is. Kunta Naimba. Yeah, I don't give a damn about voting rights. Cut the check. Absolutely. I appreciate you. I have not seen you in the space before, but I appreciate you being on the video. And, I'm on this platform called HAPS, and it only shows you as a Facebook user through that portal. So I appreciate that. And I want to acknowledge that comment because that's what I'm talking about right now. It doesn't matter what I vote for. It's not going to work for me. I'm not voting for a sticker. I'm not voting for a social media post to show everybody, I got mine. Fuck that. What are we doing out here? And see, we'll stay asleep, and then it's time to vote. Well, who are we gonna vote? Well, I might just vote Democrat. Like I said, it's really tough for me to look at Republicans because I already know they don't give a shit from the rip. I get it. They don't give a shit from the rip. But if them motherfuckers want to get back in power, maybe they need to start coming to talk to us a little bit. And don't go to no goddamn black churches. Because you'll get turned down like a motherfucking lapel in the 70s. I'm trying to tell you. It's fucked up out here for us. And if we don't want to look at that for what it is, I mean, they're pushing a crime bill and they don't want to drop qualified immunity. Then what are you doing then? What's the crime bill that you're doing? It's not a redo. It's not a restructure. What you motherfuckers are looking at right now is the beginning of the end. Joe Biden? Joe Biden's 78 years old. I don't know if he turned 78 during this time or if he's going to be 79 before the end of the year. But just think, you know what? Let me look. Because I really don't fucking know. Joe Biden, we're about to have a country, America. We're about to have a country with a president who is 78 years old. Okay, so he's going to turn 79 in November. 79. After a pandemic, after all these killings during his tenure, he started a lot of the shit with hey, sit your ass down. Go over there with your sister. She knows it's the lawnmower. You know it's the lawnmower. Sit your 20-pound ass down. You ain't even 20 pounds. You 10 pounds. 20 pounds combined. And she out here yelling at a motherfucker that she done seen before. Mow the lawn. Okay. Killer dog, sorry. His thought process can't reel far enough back to help us. He started a lot of shit in the early 90s with qualified immunity. He started a lot of shit in the early 90s with the crime bill. Now, he's not willing to repeal those. So, how did he even get elected? We can get past that. He's there now. Does he get reelected? Unless he starts acting on our behalf, do the Democrats stay in power in 2022? And do they stay in the White House in 2024? You have to really ask yourself that. And then you have to ask yourself, well, who else is there? Who's going to act on our behalf? Who are we going to get behind? And see, I know people that are riding with Joe. They think Joe is doing a great job. I lost it when he first got in front of all them Negroes. See, I didn't say niggas, I said Negroes. Because that's what they is. They Negroes. When he got in front of all them Negroes and they was on their little Brady Bunch podcast on the Zoom call, and he just called them all out. Rightfully so. Because they didn't come with no real shit. They should have came right there. Joe, we need to be talking about reparations. We need to be talking about qualified immunity. Everything else is off the table right now. Come on, President, let's go. Qualified immunity. You ready to let it go? Let's go. Because if not, then we can go back to our individual factions of people. Because there was a lot of powerful black people on that screen that deal with millions of people. So they could have sat down and said, qualified immunity, President, are you going to let it go? Let's go. They did not. They wanted to talk about this. They wanted to talk about that. Reparations. Are you going to sign a bill for reparations? Go. But see, they want to talk about all that other dumb shit. And you know what he did? He blasted their ass because they didn't come with nothing new. Because he don't have nothing new. Joe don't have nothing new for black people. So he looks for the ideas for other people and then he tries to exercise on them. And then y'all thought it was so great because we got a black VP. Yes, got a black VP. Now you know she's Asian. I tried to tell you. She don't want to be you. She's never going to be you. Forget who her daddy is. She has. Why are you trying to hold on to it? Why are you trying to hold on to who her daddy is? She don't even remember who her daddy is. She is one of the 100 top influential Asians in America. But y'all elected her as the first black VP, first black woman VP. Y'all did. Y'all was happy as a motherfucker. Chucks and pearls. Chucks and pearls. Y'all was doing y'all thizzle. And then what? And then what happened? She won. She got in there. Now she's Asian. Not even the first year in. She didn't even flip. She didn't even wait a year to flip on y'all. Now she's Asian. And we stopping Asian hate. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. You sat on the sidelines and you did nothing with Barack Obama. I'm talking about blacks in power. Black preachers, black civic leaders, y'all all wanted the fucking photo with Barack. Get in that selfie. Y'all wanted to smile and sing and dance for your first black president. Y'all so happy married to a black woman. You do know he had a blonde right before Shelley, right? And then he said, oh shit, I ain't gonna win no fucking presidency with a white woman. And he went and found him a black woman, a solid one. Southside Shelley was solid. But she part of the sunken space now too. It is what it is. I appreciate all her efforts, you know, and trying to skinny up the fat kids when she was in there. I appreciate all that. They don't repealed all that. They don't give a fuck about kids being unhealthy and fat and all that shit, going to school and not getting the right nutrition to go learn shit. They don't care about nothing. Donald Trump got rid of all that in 4 years. The shit she did for 8 years, he got rid of it in 4 years. Now kids back to being fat and eating square pizza again and shit, and old food and frozen milk and all that shit. All them healthy food choices, all that shit's gone. Yeah, all of it's gone. And have you heard about anybody in Joe Biden's administration that's tried to work on that? I know we're in the middle of a pandemic and schools and shit have been closed, but has anybody talked about child diet, child nutrition, taking care of children? No, she did. I have to give Shelley credit. She did do that. She tried. Why? Because she had small children. But hell, a lot of presidents have had small children. But what does Joe have? Joe got grandchildren. He ain't thinking about taking care of no kids. He got grandchildren who are already taken care of on a generational level, who will never have to step into this realm unless they just want to use the Biden name, the Biden brand to be political. Monetary wise, they don't never have to do that. They don't never have to do that. But see, y'all got to figure that out. Where you want to be? You want to be good voters, or do you want to be solvent? You want to be loyal voters, or do you want to be solvent? That's what matters. Being poor and black in America don't mean shit. If you know what movie line that came from, then you good. If not, go look it up. Being rich and black means something. So you go do what you do. Hold on one second. Grandson's mom texted me. Yeah, I'm texting her in right now. I'm about to get off. Huh? I'm about to get off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Catching text. No, I'm catching hell. All right. Research fee. Welcome to the Half Space. I don't believe I've seen your name. I might have seen you research. I think I might have seen you in there. I'm not sure if you came through before, but I appreciate everybody. This was in my New Jack City. Was that in the New Jack City movie? You know what? There was a term, there was a line in that movie, and I can't think of the line you're thinking of, but no, that was the Mac. That was Max Julian talking to his brother. And, his brother was a Black Panther type, and he was trying to rid the neighborhood of all the crime and all the drugs and Max was just a pimp. Max was just a pimp, and I say just a pimp, but he was just a pimp. He wasn't a drug dealer. He wasn't in all that hardcore game. He really just liked the whole thing about maneuvering women around and making money. So his brother was like trying to rid the neighborhood of all the shit, and Max was like, being poor and black don't mean shit. And he got his mama a house and all this kind of stuff, and he had fly ride and cars and all that shit. Same today. It means something. It means something for you to have what you need. I don't necessarily need to be rich, but my family needs to be wealthy. And wealthy is generational wealth. Okay. We don't need to have silver spoons, but God damn it, we don't need rusty ones either. We don't need plasticware either. We have to pop out of a fucking spork napkin kit. Shut your ass up. Same person, same lawnmower. See? That's why I'm in my car all the time. That's why I'm in my car. Y'all be good. I'm gonna choke shit out of a dog and talk to the long guy. And when I get back on here, hopefully I will have gotten a couple pollsters to submit some answers, and I'll be able to talk about that. If not, it's a scary thing. Some people don't want, and they probably don't know if their answers are public or not. So I think that's why a lot of people don't answer polls online because they don't know if their responses are. But see, for Black people, it should be a no-brainer. Reparations, 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 reparations. We can keep saying voting rights, but we said voting rights in 1866. We said voting rights in 1965. Now we still talking about voting rights in 2021. Y'all keep talking about the same shit. They gonna keep talking about the same shit. Money. Y'all talking about voting. They talking about money. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. One love.